This car didn't just open its doors, it lifted them like a fighter jet, preparing for takeoff. In 1975, while the auto industry was playing it safe, the Bricklin SV1 bet everything on gull-wing doors, futuristic safety engineering, and a dream big enough to challenge Detroit itself. And the result was one of the boldest, rarest, and most misunderstood cars ever built. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're into rare cars, forgotten legends, and machines that dared to be different, make sure you subscribe right now, because today we're diving into one of the boldest automotive experiments ever created, the 1975 Bricklin SV1. Now imagine this. It's the mid-1970s. Muscle cars are being choked by emissions regulations. The oil crisis has reshaped the industry. Safety concerns are dominating headlines. And right in the middle of all that uncertainty, a visionary entrepreneur named Malcolm Bricklin decides he's going to build a car that changes everything. Not just fast, not just stylish, but revolutionary. He calls it the SV1, which stands for Safety Vehicle 1. From the very first glance, the SV1 looks like something that escaped from a futuristic design studio. Sharp, wedge-shaped body lines, a low, aggressive stance, and those dramatic gull-wing doors that rise toward the sky like a supercar costing six figures. And here's the twist. This wasn't built in Italy. It wasn't built in Germany. It was built in Canada and assembled with a mix of American engineering and radical thinking. Let's talk about those doors for a second. The gull-wing doors weren't just for show. They were hydraulically powered. Press a button and they slowly lift upward, creating a theatrical entrance every single time. But as cool as that sounds, in real-world conditions, especially cold weather, those hydraulic systems could be, let's just say, temperamental. Owners sometimes had to wait for the doors to rise like a spaceship preparing for takeoff. And honestly, that just adds to the car's charm. Under the hood of the 1975 model, you'd find a 351 cubic inch V8 sourced from Ford, delivering around 175 horsepower. Now, in the golden era of muscle cars, that number might not sound earth-shattering, but remember, this car wasn't built purely for straight-line dominance. It was built around safety innovation. It featured integrated rollover protection, reinforced bumpers, and one of the first bonded acrylic body panels in the industry. Instead of traditional steel panels, the SV1 used color-impregnated acrylic bonded to fiberglass, meaning the color wasn't just paint, it was literally part of the panel itself. That means if you scratched it, you weren't exposing primer. You were still seeing the same vibrant color through and through. Safety-focused, futuristic materials, and head-turning design. It almost sounds like a modern electric startup strategy, except this was happening in 1975. The interior was equally unique. Deep bucket seats, aircraft-inspired controls, and a dashboard layout that felt like it belonged in a concept car. Slide inside, close those dramatic gull-wing doors, and you felt isolated from the outside world in a capsule of 1970s ambition. It wasn't perfect. Fit and finish had inconsistencies. Production challenges plagued the factory, but what it lacked in refinement, it made up for in pure audacity. And here's where the story gets even more dramatic. The company faced financial turmoil almost from the start. Government funding, supply chain issues, manufacturing delays. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Production numbers remained low, and by 1976, the dream had collapsed. Fewer than 3,000 units were ever built, but that rarity is exactly why collectors are now paying serious attention. Today, a clean, well-preserved 1975 Bricklin SV1 can command impressive prices in the collector market, often ranging from $30,000 to over $50,000, depending on condition. Not because it was the fastest, not because it dominated racetracks, but because it represents a fearless chapter in automotive history. It's a car that proves passion can sometimes outrun practicality, a machine born from a belief that safety didn't have to be boring. A bold attempt to disrupt an entire industry during one of its most uncertain decades. And whether you see it as a flawed experiment or a visionary masterpiece, there's no denying the 1975 Bricklin SV1 stands alone. So next time you see those gull-wing doors rise at a car show, remember, you're not just looking at a car, you're looking at a dream that dared to exist against all odds. And if you love discovering rare legends like this, one, Make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below, and let me know which forgotten automotive icon we should uncover next.